What's up, guys? RDQ and me back again with another video. Yes, another sit down talking video. You know what I'm saying? Get close. We're gonna have a little conversation. Today, I want to talk about I deleted all my social media. You know what I mean? Like, I've been seeing that pop up a lot on like YouTube and stuff like that. So I just wanted to touch on it a little bit. So apparently, people think. Well, not apparently. A lot of people delete all their social media or they give it a try because they think that social media is like too distracting for them. Like, you go on the search pages and you know what I mean, sometimes you get lost in the search pages. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you see all the celebrities, you see all this, you see all these people who look like they have more money and look better than you and all that. Like, sometimes it's like it hurts, you know what I mean? It hurts your self-confidence and stuff to see these people.
Why can't that be me?
You know what I mean? I'm trying to get like you. I can't always see Quavo. I'm not Quavo. You know what I mean? So it's hard when you see that. So I get why people don't like that. Also, it's very time consuming. Like, most people be going through, you know what I'm saying, just refreshing like 4-6 hours a day, 10 hours a day. And it's just a waste of your time too. So deleting social media, like, to focus on things, yeah, that's a good reason of doing that. Obviously, like, you lose focus if you're on those too much. The second reason is like self-confidence, like an image of yourself, especially if you're a woman. Like, if you're going through that, you're only gonna see you know what I mean, women with you know what I'm saying, big things, you know what I mean, big rings. Like, you're just gonna see women who aren't really natural and body augmentations, all that. So it's gonna make you have a different view of what you should be trying to look like. So it's really bad for that also. But in terms of like this day and age and keeping up with people, it's definitely way better than anything else. Just having numbers, it's hard to keep up with everyone who you know. You know what I mean? He just giving me some thoughts behind. He's saying I don't use my hands that much when I talk. You know what I mean? That's why you have creative directors, you know what I mean? They help you out. But I wanted to say, for that, like, yeah, for image, it is bad. But keeping up with people, it's, like, way better. Like, having just numbers, people do not call and text people like that. Like, a dude who you met in a class 4 years ago, you're not going to have his number, and you'll never know anything about him. Especially family members, too. Like, cousins and deep family members and stuff. It's really cool. Like, I like being able to see my cousins, different parts of the world. Like, every so often I see them or hear from them, or if one of them gets married, I like hearing about that. Like, it's good keeping up with people. The only problem is, like, you don't have to delete all your social media. You just have to be more restrictive with it. Like, don't go through it 12 hours a day, because then you just wasted all your time and all through your day. But at the same time, like, every so often it's good to go through it.
Or like put a limit on like.
Put a limit. Try to do like 4 hours. 4 hours is a lot.
No, like 2 hours a day.
Do it 2 hours a day. You know what I mean? You could do an hour in the morning, an hour at night. Like, try to space it out a little bit so you're not constantly on it. Because when you keep doing that, especially when you're younger, you realize that you waste so much time. That's why you're not grinding anything. You're not.
Yeah. Also, your expectations are too high.
Yeah, well, yeah, expectations of how much money you're supposed to have, what you're supposed to look like, you're supposed to be traveling all the time. So it makes you think you're supposed to do all these things, and those people don't do that. Like, if you post once a month, you know anybody could take a trip somewhere and look like they got money once a month? Like, you know how rich I can look once a month? I can look crazy.
Yeah.
I can look crazy once a month. So you really got to keep that in mind. Obviously, IG, a lot of times, it's not reality. That's the whole point. It's a picture. For every picture, people try to look their best. Like, you know how dolled up, like, a female will get to take a picture once in 3 months? That's not how she actually looks. Like, people know that. So you got to keep that in mind. If you're famous, yeah, you're going to take a lot more pictures and stuff because you have an audience. Keeping up with your audience and the people who you know in your life or support you is good. So
plus, it's a job, so you're like almost required to post.
Yeah, it's their job to post all the time, and they got ads and they got this. So there's ways that you can, you know, create it. If you have a business too, that's the best thing for you to do is use social medias like Facebook, IG, and stuff. So I would say, if you're gonna delete any of them, I would say Snapchat, because that one is the most useless out of all of them. But IG and Facebook, I think there's a lot of good stuff about it. A lot of people count YouTube, so I think YouTube is good too.
I would also stay off of Twitter. Twitter's kind of toxic.
Yeah, I don't even have a Twitter. So, but Twitter's ass too. I'm not gonna lie, Twitter is like garbage. And then people tweet all day long. So that one's Snapchat and Twitter. I would say if you were gonna delete those. But IG, Facebook, and then people count YouTube too. So those three I would say to keep because there's a lot of stuff you can get, and you can get news things, sports things. There's a lot of good that you can get out of it too. So I'll say, what was out of that? You don't have to delete all your social media, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are saying to do that. You don't have to. Just be restrictive with it and realize that, it's not all reality. It's an augmented reality, Just like real pictures. When people take wedding photos, you think they look how they look on their wedding every day? No. They never look like that again. You know what I'm saying? Never.
It's like once in a life.
It's once in a life. Then they look, you know what I'm saying? 3, 4, 5 notches under on any given day.
Unless they get married 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, if they get married extra time, you know what I'm saying? If they get the weddings, the vows renewed or something, but nah. You know what I'm saying? Only nights on the town do girls look crazy like that. Most days, they do not look like that. So keep your expectations, not crazy like that. As soon as you go there, bro, you'll be good, bro. Navigate through the waters, bro.
Like how everybody says, keep shit in moderation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Moderate. Don't go too crazy. When you watch a show, it's a show. You got to treat IG like that. If you're famous, it's a show. It's a, program. So they're doing a lot extra. So I'd say that, bro. Just do it in moderation. Try to limit how much you do it if you do it too much. But you don't got to get rid of them, bro. It's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't got to get flustered.
Every so often, you got to look at some baddies on search. You know what I'm saying? On Explore page. Not too much. You know what I mean? Not too much. But every so often, I go through, you know what I'm saying? 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? Search through all day photos. But I don't follow them. You know what I mean? I don't follow them. But every so often, you got to do that. You know what I mean? It's just when you bored. You know what I mean? When you bored, you at home. But keep it at a minimum. You know what I mean? Keep it at a moderation.
Every time I have to switch hands for
For what?
Explicit purposes.
I don't know what he's talking about, bro. I think I'm gonna have to head out of here, bro. I don't know what he's talking about right now. But I'm gonna close it with that. Been RDQ and me. You already know. Socials down below. And I'll catch y'all.